Film Theory just dropped their predictions on the Amazing Little Circus's finale, and I can completely debunk them with Japanese. Peep game and lock in. Now, I've been a fan of Film Theory since 2016. It's actually the channel that introduced me to MatPat and all his other theory channels. And sure, Film Theory has had their fair share of wild takes over the years, but this is the first time I have a big enough platform to actually review some of those theories. And today, we're talking about this one right here. Quick spoiler warning for the rest of this video. I will be discussing the conclusions that were drawn in Film Theory's video. So if you haven't seen it yet, hop on over there, give it a watch, and then come back. We good? Cool. Let's hop right into the gas. Basically, Lee's big claim with this video is that Jax is some sort of reincarnation of Scratch, the genius who helped Kinger create Kane. And that's a pretty bold claim, which I am, no stranger to. But it's the justifications used in this video that I have a problem with. Por ejemplo,
the thing that solidified this idea for me was the fandom pointing out that when you play the clip of Pomni saying Jax's name from the episode 9 trailer backwards, it sounds like she's saying something else. Listen.
Jax.
Did you hear that? Here, listen again.
Jax.
She's saying Scratch.
Huh? Like, honestly, they're starting to sound like me a little bit. But the point that really turned me off from this theory is this one right here.
He is having a panic attack, almost on the verge of abstraction, all because of the revelations made here. Or perhaps because of one very specific revelation. Listen to this.
His circus name was Scratch. That man was a genius.
Wait, notice how Jax is basically hyperventilating in the back here at the mere mention of Scratch and his real life?
That's not what this scene is about at all. As he states in episode 6 of The Amazing Little Circus, Jax operates under the assumption that everyone in the circus is locked into their specific character archetype. Gangle's the sad one, Zubal's the grumpy one, Kinger's the crazy one, and he is the funny one. There's actually a Japanese word that perfectly describes this mindset, yakuwari, which basically means an assigned role or function. And that distinction matters, because Jax doesn't see these traits as personalities. He sees them as fixed roles that no one can break out of. This has been Jax's school of thought since even before Pomni entered the circus. And ever since she arrived, it's been unraveled piece by piece. In Kinger's lore dump scene from episode 8, we see Jax becoming increasingly more and more anxious. This is throughout the entire conversation, not just when Scratch's name is brought up, like Film Theory implies. This moment is Jax realizing that his archetype mentality is fully dead. Jax has watched every character break from their assigned archetype throughout the show, except one, Kinger. So he clung to that, treated it as the last hope that maybe, just maybe, him being trapped in the circus wasn't a reality. And when Kinger, the supposed crazy one, finally started being sane, it broke him. It absolutely shattered his coping mechanism. Not the backwards speech, not the mention of the name Scratch. Jax just had his entire worldview destroyed, and he understandably was not okay with that. So Lee, hear me out. If you really wanted to say that Jax was connected to Scratch, then let me show you how I'd do it. The more I think about it, the more convinced I am that Jax and Scratch are connected. Like, literally connected. In episode 8, King reveals that the man who helped create Kane was dying from a brain tumor, and that he was using the AI technology at CNA to do something. That detail feels incredibly important, because if Scratch knew he was dying, then doing something probably wasn't just another run-of-the-mill coding achievement. It was an attempt to preserve his life, and I think he succeeded, albeit imperfectly. Instead of becoming one immortal entity within the circus, his consciousness was fragmented into recycled builds that were rewritten into new characters once the old ones wasted away. I think that Jax is the latest iteration of Scratch. Just take a look at their character designs. The long ears, the red clothing, the inverted color palettes. It doesn't feel accidental. It feels recursive. And then there's episode 4. In this episode, the main cast is forced to work at what's basically McDonald's for a day. At the end of the restaurant shift, Jax gets into his car to head home, and the show deliberately highlights his license plate. Jax.001. 001. The first. And you know who else was the first?
Scratch. The first abstraction.
But hey, that's just a theory. A Yaya theory. Thanks for watching. I've always wanted to do that, oh my goodness. And if you like this video, consider subscribing. My goal is to find the hidden Japanese and all the things that I care about. So I will definitely be back with more crack theories just like this one for y'all in the future. Well, that's all I got. Bye!